Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, August 16th, 2021. So this will cover the week of August 9th through 15th of 2021. So, we've got not too much to talk about in the way of trophies this week, but I do have a couple other things I want to bring up. So first off, the Division, that is literally killing me because I now have video proof that I will save to my computer for possibly a future video of the survival mode screwing me over in ways that make it basically unbeatable. It's just beyond anything. I'm convinced it's impossible solo. I think if in a global event, if you're playing in co-op, you could definitely still extract items, but you have to be playing in co-op, and you'd probably have to be doing it during a global event, which, unfortunately, we had one this past weekend, and that's when I tried it, and that's when I got completely screwed because I got all the way to the antivirals. I had pretty good gear on this run. I even had the med station. And guess what happens when I pick up the antivirals? 3 purple and yellow guys, or like 2 purple and 1 yellow, spawn in directly behind me, and one of them spawns on a raised ledge that I can't really get to. So, yeah, that's what happened to me, and that's the kind of crap that just really pisses me off when it basically finds ways to make it as unfair and impossible as it can. So, like I said, I think you could definitely do it during a global event if you were doing it in co-op, but that's about it. So I'm currently literally just put out a session on PSN Profiles. Like, if you're willing to carry me, I'm at a point where I would pay someone to carry me through that because I'm sick of looking at it. Because the game will not let me do it for some reason. So, on the note of actually earned trophies this past week, I only earned trophies in 3 games. I was really busy this week because my family came down to visit because it was my dad's birthday. So we were fairly busy with that. But that should be the last major distraction, probably until probably close to my birthday. Because I mean, I might go home once in September, but probably until about my birthday. I don't think there would be too many more major distractions or anything. So we'll have to see with all of that. But I mean, for streaming and everything like that. So, the first platinum I earned this week was Our Church and Halloween RPG Story 3. So, for this game, this one's pretty easy. It's a little bit more difficult than the second one. I'd still say the first one is definitely the most annoying because, for one, it's really not an RPG, at all. It has really no elements of an RPG. And 2, that challenge mode is just kind of annoying, just the way it's designed. It's just holes in the floor, which is just kind of dumb. So anyway, with Story 3, you're going to get a few story-related trophies through here. So those are all unmissable story-related trophies. Then you have to use an apple at any point during a battle. That's your healing item, and that one should come naturally because of one of the other trophies. This one's unmissable because you need to use the slingshot to kill the enemies. So in this game, you actually do have to fight the enemies for a little bit longer, so the gameplay has been fleshed out a little bit more. You actually do have to kill the enemies with your slingshot, and you can eat apples to heal yourself. That's about it. You don't instantly kill them the way you did in the second game. So yeah, they actually expanded on the gameplay a little bit. For the 4 apples at one time, you're going to want to not use any apples until you beat the boss ghost, because that's going to give you access to 2 more apples and you start with 2. So you're going to need to save all of your apples until you beat that boss, and then you'll have 4 at once. So technically, so far, the only trophy that's technically missable is eating an apple in battle, but it's extremely unlikely that that would happen. This is a story-related. This is a story-related as well, so a couple more story-related trophies. So then you have 2 more miscellaneous trophies down here. You have to beat all of the ghosts in the game. I don't think there's as many in this one as there is in the second game, but they take longer to beat, so it's a bit of a trade-off there. And then you also have to beat the game under the target time, but just like the second game, this one's extremely easy because you can just plug in a passcode, and when you plug in the passcode, whatever you want to call it, you plug that in, and it starts you at the very end of the game, so you just walk through to the final, battle or something. I think you just have to kill the final enemy, and you're good to go. So, very easy there. So, of course, this is a very quick and easy platinum trophy. It took me about 22 minutes to get, so not too bad. Not quite as fast as the second game, but certainly not much to worry about. So definitely worth playing. Like I said, this one is at least an improvement. The games have actually learned from their mistakes and made their games a little bit better over time. But like with this one, I still think it's crazy that this one's a 59% platinum achievement rate, because I know that it's fairly low on PSN profiles by breakthrough gaming standards, whereas this one's 88%, which honestly, I don't know, the third one's actually higher than the second one, and so basically all three of these are right around the same, and then that first one's a lot rarer. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Story 4. This is yet another continuation and presumably the final game in the series, given that it's been months since we've gotten any of them. So presumably this is the last one, and most of the trophies in this game are going to be story related. Like from here, aside from the 5 apples at once, everything through here, actually everything through here is going to be unmissable and story related, so you get a lot of story related trophies in this one. And then otherwise, you do have to have 5 apples at once, and Bad Driver actually did something cool in his guide. He just plugged in a certain password from a certain part of the game, and by doing that, you would spawn there with 3 apples, not having to have fought any of the ghosts, or you spawn with 2 apples, either 2 or 3, and then you get enough from going through a little bit of dialogue to get this trophy. So that's the best way to get that one, because it would be missable otherwise, because you actually do need to use a good bit of your apples in this game, because you have to fight a lot more ghosts. Because in this game, there actually are a lot of ghosts. There's over 20 of them for this trophy, but there is no speedrun trophy, which is kind of nice. But you do have to beat all the ghosts, and there are over 20 of them, and they do actually vary up their attacks and stuff a little bit to where you are going to need to heal during the fights. It's a very basic RPG system, so it's not like actually difficult, but like I said, you are going to have to fight all of them, which is going to take a little bit more time. As you can see here, this platinum took me, it looks like, is that 24 minutes, 25 minutes? Yeah, it took me about 25 minutes, so it took me a little bit longer than the second and third games, but still, obviously, not that much to worry about. So all in all, you can complete this entire series in, you know, under 2 hours. You can complete it in probably an hour and a half, depending on your skill with the first game. And only the first game is really any higher than like a 1.5 out of 10. The other 3 games are all super, super easy. The first one is a little bit more challenging, but it's still not much to worry about. So the main game that I've been dedicating my time to this week, when I did have free time, is Battlefield 4, and I am starting to make decent progress on it. I gotta say, I don't know what it is, but I am loving this campaign. Like, for a Battlefield game, I don't know exactly what it is or why, but I'm really enjoying this campaign for some reason. It's just a lot of fun, just something about it. I mean, it's semi-open at times, which is really nice with like vehicles and everything. You can customize your loadouts. I see future potential challenge runs come in. Though I don't think it'll be handgun only, because I already know that that's impossible unless there's speedrun strategies I don't know about. So as for the trophies I have earned, I scored 11,000 points in Shanghai and South China Sea, because this game's a little bit weird because you actually get points in your campaign missions that go toward like a score for the mission, and you have to get at least a gold, or you have to get the gold in every single level to unlock all the items, and then you have to get like 1,000 points more on each level for these individual trophies. You get points by getting kills, knife kills, multi-kills, headshots, all that kind of stuff. So do keep that in mind while going through. But I mean, I'm playing through on the hardest difficulty, and by the way, the hard difficulty in this game is really not. It's actually pretty easy. It's like probably equivalent to about hardened in a Call of Duty game, so at least so far. Now I've only beaten 3 missions, and I think there's like 4 more, because it looks like there's still Singapore, Kunlun Mountains, Tashgar, and Suez Canal, or Suez. So I guess there's 4 more missions. So this one, you have to find all the collectibles and finish all the gold assignments, which is going to unlock along with all these point-based trophies. You got some story-related trophies, which like I said, I'm slowly working on. So I think there's only 7 story missions, but they are kind of long compared to, say, Call of Duty, so you are going to be spending a little bit more time on them. But like I said, the hard difficulty really isn't a problem, so you're not going to have to worry too much about that. And I gotta say, the trophies in this game are in a really weird order. Like, they're not even remotely in any sort of order that makes sense, because not all the point-related trophies are together. They're kind of split up. The campaign mission trophies are together, but they're not in the proper order of the missions that you play. The collectible trophies are in a weird order. The 3 collectible trophies down here. Then the other collectible trophies down here. What is this trophy list? Why is it organized this way? Like, I don't get that. That's just, I don't know. Maybe that's just my OCD speaking, but that's really weird. So then you have level-specific trophies. 10 kills with C4 in the first mission. 10 multi-kills in Shanghai, which I believe, is that the next mission that's coming up? No, that's the mission I already did, right. 30 headshots in South China Sea. I'm surprised I didn't get this one. 15 kills with the RPG in Singapore, so this must be the actual order of the missions. 10 adrenaline kills in Tashgar. 5 kills with Shank in Kunlun Mountains. And then you have all of your trophies for the final mission of the game, because there are apparently 3 different endings, which surprisingly those trophies are not in a hidden state, so that's a little bit weird. So get all 3 endings in that final mission or your miscellaneous trophies there. And then we have the handful of multiplayer trophies from the base game. You have to get 5 multiplayer dog tag kills, which is where you knife someone to take their dog tags. Very easy, got that one knocked out. You have to win a round in each game mode. This one would not have been hard when the game came out, but unfortunately some of the modes are kind of dead. So it may take a little while and you may end up having to boost this one. For this one, you would normally have to get a whole lot of handgun XP, but I'm lazy, so I actually went ahead and bought the handgun shortcut kit for like $4.99, and that unlocked the 1911 for me, so I only need maybe 10 more kills, so I'm pretty close to being done with that. I actually did deliver a bomb and obliteration so far, so I've only got 4 more to go, but I think that one's going to have to be boosted because the mode's dead. Like, if the mode wasn't dead, I could probably go for it, but honestly, all these multiplayer trophies would have been really, really easy back when the game first came out, when the modes were all populated and there were a lot of lower-level players. So that is something to keep in mind. It would have been way easier back then. As for rank 25, I'm rank 14 right now, but I've only been playing for pretty much this past week, so I'll get to that eventually. It's going to come naturally. For China Rising, I have not gotten a kill with the dirt bike, the SUAV, or the bomber, and I've just recently gotten started on making the slightest bit of progress on assignments. The assignments really aren't that hard in this game because you can boost them. You can just rent a server and boost them. But as you guys know, we have had a very bad time trying to get a boosting group going, and then now Ghost is gone for a couple more weeks. Well, not gone, but just a lot busier. So we might not be able to do any boosting in the next couple weeks, which is honestly okay because at least then I can knock out the base game trophies, except maybe the rank 25, which I don't care about much anyway because it's easy. So at least then we can I think we can knock out everything except for the 10-hour assignments in like 2 days easily. Because multiple assignments require you to play the DLCs for 10 hours, but that's easy, it's time consuming, so it is what it is. So, Second Assault, this is the second DLC. I actually got 2 trophies knocked out here by playing a match on Caspian Border. I found the hidden tunnel and ignited a brush fire with the repair tool, so 2 very quick and easy miscellaneous trophies. This one's going to be super easy to boost. I think this is actually the easiest DLC of all, especially if you're boosting, just because, these are all just little, basically map-specific things that are easy. Kill a flag carrier while carrying their flag is obviously very easy while boosting. And then get 5 kills with air vehicles. That would be very difficult to do normally because I can't fly anything. And I gotta say that helicopters still have really weird controls in Battlefield, in my opinion. But that still shouldn't be too difficult to do while boosting because at that point, you don't have to worry about anyone moving around and making a problem out of it. It should be easier than the one in Battlefield 5. Then we've got Naval Strike, where I haven't even been able to get into a working lobby for Carrier Assault yet. The ACV should be fairly easy. That's like the hovercraft type vehicle. The highest point in Naval Strike should be easy if I can get on whatever the map is. This is the only assignment related trophy. You have to get PDW ribbons and shoot down vehicles that are in the air. I've actually got 2 out of 3 PDW ribbons, so just 1 more. And then get a kill with the old cannon on a specific map. Somehow I got that one legitimately. I don't know. And then I haven't made any progress yet on the remaining things because I haven't played a single round of Chain Link and I haven't played on any of these maps or anything. I think that one's going to have to be pretty heavily boosted. Same with this one, especially because it's more assignments here. So like I said, once we have, time to actually play it, we will be able to knock the DLC trophies out probably within a weekend, so a couple of days of boosting with no real issue. It's just getting a whole group together that's just been a lot more stressful. So, level 735, 92%, 20,957 total trophies, 529 platinums, 3,160 golds, 5,655 silvers, 11,613 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. I plan to continue working on Battlefield 4. I'll probably get fairly close to the platinum this coming week as long as I make time for it. But we'll see about that. And then I've also decided that Battlefield 5 might not actually be platinum number 550 because I recently obtained a PS3 game on Amazon that's normally extremely expensive, and if provided my disc works, which I really hope it does because I can't believe how cheap I got this game for, so it has me being a little bit suspicious. It would make for a very solid platinum number 550 because it's something extremely obscure and generally very expensive to find these days. It's not Africa, by the way. I'm not crazy enough to spend $100 on that. I don't really have that kind of money right now, even though I guess technically I could always just resell it afterward and probably get all that money back, maybe even more, but we're not going to deal with that anytime soon. Maybe for a future milestone or something. So yeah, it's a game that I'm interested to play it because I know it's awful. So yeah, that should be fun. And then I think I might make Battlefield 5 number 555 just because, 555 for Battlefield 5. Might as well. I don't know. I guess that's just me looking too much into milestones. But otherwise, I'll work on Battlefield 4. I'll probably get a couple of easy platinums this week. I might get started on the Division 2 because I have been told by a lot of people that the second game is easier. So because of that, overall it's easier just as long as you can find people to do the raids with, and given that that game's a lot newer, I shouldn't have too many problems with that. And I already own all of the DLC, or the paid DLC, the one paid DLC, the Warlords of New York. So I'm not terribly worried about that. I think the game will be fairly fun to play, and I can just boost the multiplayer stuff in it eventually. So I will say that in terms of future plans, though, I don't really know because I guess this is coming maybe a little out of nowhere for some of you guys, but my mental health has been very downhill for the last month or so. It's about 80% due to work. Has just completely mentally, emotionally, and sometimes even physically just drained me out to where I don't always really even want to come home and game. I just kind of want to go home and sleep and stuff. So if I've sounded a lot more off in the last several weeks in videos and stuff, that's a big reason why. If I'm not online as much, that's a big reason why. It's just kind of drained me to that point that I'm too tired to care that much about this stuff sometimes. And it just stresses me the hell out. And it's just I'm in the healthcare field. I could probably be making more sitting on my butt on unemployment right now, in all honesty. So it's just all been very taxing and draining over the last however long. Hopefully things get better soon, though. Hopefully I can find something that's better than what I'm currently doing, because I effing hate the job that I'm working right now. It's horrible. So we'll see what happens, because it's not the one I was working, 2 months ago when I was happy. So we'll see what happens with all that. I mean, and then the remaining 20% has just been other stuff in real life, and then even probably a small portion of it is the Division, just absolutely being the icing on top of the cake. Maybe if I wasn't so stressed out with this, I probably would have a better chance of doing it. But that's where I'm coming from right now. I mean, I still only have 13 incomplete games on my profile, and some of them I definitely will still do, like Battlefield 4 and 5 will eventually get done. The Outer Worlds and Borderlands 3 and Conan Exiles will all eventually get done. Black Ops 3 will hopefully get done. Call of Duty Classic will hopefully get done. To where, I mean, it's really only 10 games. But we'll see about that. So if I'm a little inconsistent, if I've been inconsistent for the last several weeks and less energetic or happy sounding, that's a lot of the reason why. But hopefully things get better soon. It's just been a tough, last few weeks or so. But otherwise, my current plans for the future, if they stay this way at all, are, through the rest of September and, through the rest of August, and then September is the Division 1 and 2, Battlefield 4 and 5, maybe GTA 5 when Lizard Guy gets back online. October, maybe go back to play Black Ops 3. November, maybe go back and do Outer Worlds and Borderlands 3. December and January, go back for COD Classic and Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles. A lot of that depends on when DLCs go on sale, though. And the only game I'm picking up in the fall right now is Far Cry 6, so that's the only big game that I plan to pick up. I don't know if I'm going to get Battlefield 2042 because it doesn't have a campaign. And, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, Battlefield 5 barely had a campaign and its multiplayer was easy, so we'll see what happens. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. There's still going to be one more Aruba vlog, by the way. The 8th one went out on Sunday, but there's going to be another one where I just go over the whole experience and what you need to know if you're traveling in 2021. So another thing like that, I've got a couple of cooking videos ready. I'm working on another challenge run video. Streams should be pretty normal this week. I don't know yet if I'm going to continue streaming Resident Evil 4 at all. I don't think I will because that series didn't get a lot of views or anything, so maybe I'll finally get around to that playthrough of Homefront The Revolution that's casual, or maybe it'll be a challenge run. We'll have to see. But I've got a couple of good ideas, including one for Fallout 3 that I don't think anyone's ever done. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you later this week.